John F. Kennedy International Airport buzzed with travelers, the air thick with anticipation and the hum of rolling suitcases. People from all corners of the globe converged here, each with their own story, their own destination, and their own hopes for what awaited them beyond the border. But for Fatima, a green card holder returning from Sierra Leone, the atmosphere was tense and unfamiliar. She had made this journey many times before, but today felt different. There was a sense of uncertainty in the air, a quiet anxiety that seemed to ripple through the crowd. This time, the line for non-U.S. citizens crawled at a snail's pace. Travelers shifted nervously, glancing at the digital screens and clutching their documents a little tighter, unsure of what to expect. At the front, a Customs and Border Protection officer, now accompanied by new technology, directed her to a biometric kiosk she hadn't seen before. The process was no longer just about a friendly stamp and a few questions. Her photo was taken, her fingerprints scanned, and she was sent for secondary inspection, an extra step that left her heart pounding. Panic rose. Her documents were in order, but new security protocols, effective just yesterday, meant extra scrutiny for nationals of 19 countries, including Sierra Leone. Even seasoned travelers like Fatima were caught off guard by the sudden changes. Fatima's routine trip had become a stressful ordeal, her confidence shaken by the unfamiliar procedures and the uncertainty of what might come next. This is now the reality for countless non-U.S. citizens at America's borders. Each arrival is met with new questions, new checks, and a sense that the rules have changed overnight. The Department of Homeland Security has rolled out sweeping changes. Advanced technology, stricter vetting, and longer waits are now the norm. Security officers rely on sophisticated systems to verify identities and flag potential risks. The familiar process of presenting a passport and green card is now a complex data-driven procedure, with every detail scrutinized and cross-checked against global databases. These changes affect not just new visitors, but also permanent residents, students, and workers. Anyone who calls America home, even temporarily, must adapt to this new landscape. Understanding these new rules is essential for anyone traveling internationally who isn't a U.S. citizen. Preparation and awareness are now more important than ever to avoid delays and confusion. This video will break down the new regulations and guide you through navigating this new era of U.S. travel. Let's get started so you can cross the border with confidence and clarity. On December 26, 2025, the U.S. pivoted sharply in its immigration policy. The Department of Homeland Security cites national security as the main reason, aiming to close gaps in border management with advanced technology and rigorous screening. These rules are the practical application of the Trump administration's extreme vetting strategy. The centerpiece, a digital biometric entry-exit system to track every non-citizen's arrival and departure. The goal is to enforce immigration laws more efficiently and prevent visa overstays. Critics warn the rules could lead to discrimination and errors, but the government insists the measures are based on security, not nationality. Waivers exist for special cases, but the focus remains on fortifying borders in a complex world. The debate continues, but the new system is here. Understanding its logic and its controversies is crucial for travelers. Let's look at how it works. The new biometric entry-exit system marks a significant technological leap in how borders are monitored and managed. Gone are the days when a simple passport stamp was all that tracked your journey. Now, advanced technology is at the heart of border security, reshaping the experience for millions of travelers each year. Every non-U.S. citizen is now required to have their photo taken at both entry and exit points. In many cases, you'll also provide fingerprints or even an iris scan. These biometric identifiers are unique to you, making it much harder to use false documents or assume another identity. At the airport, the process is streamlined. You scan your passport and look directly into a camera at a self-service kiosk. The system instantly compares your live image to the photo in your documents, verifying your identity in seconds. This automation is designed to speed up the process while increasing accuracy. Each time you cross the border, a digital record is created, logging your entry and exit. Customs and Border Protection uses this data to monitor visa compliance, track overstays, and quickly flag potential security risks. Your movements are now part of a vast, interconnected database. The process is quick and efficient, but it represents a fundamental shift. Your digital identity is now inseparable from border security. Every scan, Every photo becomes part of your digital footprint. Airlines are also adopting this technology at boarding gates. Before you even step onto the plane, expect your photo to be captured and matched to your travel records. This extra layer of verification is becoming standard practice. The rollout began at the nation's busiest airports, but it won't stop there. Over the next few years, this system will expand to cover all major ports of entry and exit, affecting nearly every international traveler. For travelers, this means a trade-off: less privacy and more scrutiny, but also a faster, more automated experience. The days of long lines and manual checks are fading, replaced by seamless digital processing. The government views this transformation as essential for national security, aiming to keep borders safe while efficiently managing the flow of people. For you, this is the new normal. Whether you're a frequent flyer or an occasional visitor, be prepared for these changes every time you cross the border. The system is designed to be as seamless as possible, but it's a major change in how your personal data is collected and used. Staying informed and prepared is the best way to navigate this evolving landscape. Next, let's look at exactly who is included in this new biometric system and what it means for your future travels. The new biometric system now covers nearly all non-U.S. citizens entering or leaving the country. This includes tourists, international students, and people visiting for business or family reasons. Workers, business travelers, and now, for the first time, green card holders are all required to participate in this process. Previously, green card holders and certain age groups, like young children and the elderly, were exempt from biometric checks. That's changed. Now, every non-citizen, regardless of age or visa type, must have their biometrics collected at every entry and exit point, whether by air, land, or sea. Even children, infants, and elderly travelers are included in this expanded system, so families should be prepared. The only exception is for U.S. citizens, who are not required to provide biometrics and use separate, faster lanes at customs. These travelers can skip biometric screening entirely, making their process much quicker and more streamlined. Dual nationals must use their U.S. passport when entering or leaving the country to avoid the biometric requirement. For everyone else, biometric screening is now a standard part of the travel experience, no matter how often you visit. The government says this universal approach helps prevent loopholes, strengthens border security, and makes it harder for anyone to slip through unnoticed. Families should prepare for all members, including young kids, to be photographed and fingerprinted as part of the process. The process is designed to be quick and efficient, but it's absolutely mandatory for non-citizens. If you're not a U.S. citizen, you should expect this every single time you travel to or from the United States. The rules are strict and enforced, so it's important to know what to expect before you arrive at the border. Next, let's talk about which countries and travelers are facing even more scrutiny under these new rules. In addition to universal biometrics, the U.S. now imposes heightened scrutiny on nationals from 19 countries. A presidential proclamation, effective January 1, 2026, bans most immigrants and non-immigrants from these nations, citing security concerns. The list includes Afghanistan, Iran, Libya, Somalia, Yemen, and newly added countries like Sierra Leone and Mali. Most visa applications from these countries will be denied, and entry is suspended. Green card holders from these nations aren't banned, but face intensive reviews and secondary inspections every time they return. All pending and future immigration applications from these nationals are on hold for enhanced review. Even those already in the U.S. may face revetting and delays. For many, this means uncertainty and longer waits. If you're from one of these countries, prepare for extra scrutiny. The impact of these rules depends on your immigration status. Green card holders keep their right to live and work in the U.S., even if from a listed country, but must undergo biometric screening and may face secondary inspections. Always carry your green card and supporting documents. Nationals of the 19 countries face revetting each trip, making travel more stressful. For visa applicants from these countries, most visas are now suspended, with rare exceptions for diplomats or waivers. Applicants from other countries may face partial bans or shorter visa validity. All visa applicants now face expanded vetting, including mandatory review of public social media profiles. Inconsistencies between your online presence and application can cause delays or denials. Backlogs are growing, and appointments may be pushed back years. the path to the U.S. is now longer and more complicated for many. Preparation is key in this new era. Ensure your passport, green card, or visa is current before booking travel. Keep digital and paper copies of all important documents, separate from the originals. Arrive early at the airport, expect longer waits, and answer all questions clearly and honestly. If selected for secondary inspection, stay calm and organized. This is now routine for many. Stay updated on rule changes via official government websites. Nationals of flagged countries should check for new announcements before traveling. Review your social media for consistency with your application. Your digital footprint matters. Set profiles to public if required, but keep information professional and accurate. Being prepared and informed will help you navigate the new process smoothly. Sometimes you'll need professional help. If you're from a banned country or have a complex case, consult an experienced immigration attorney. Legal counsel can help with waivers, pending applications, and communication with government agencies. If you face problems at the border, know your rights. Green card holders can request a lawyer if threatened with status revocation. Carry a lawyer's contact info when you travel. An attorney can clarify your options, protect your rights, and guide you through delays or complications. Proactive legal advice is smart, not just for emergencies. In this new landscape, expert help can make all the difference. The new U.S. travel and immigration rules mark a major shift in border security. For non-citizens, the changes bring longer lines, more questions, and greater uncertainty. But with preparation and knowledge, you can manage these challenges. Stay updated through official sources, prepare your documents, and know what to expect at the border. For most, the process is now more thorough, but your rights as a permanent resident remain protected. Community and support are vital. Share information and seek expert guidance when needed. The rules may be stricter, but the path isn't closed. Adapt with patience and preparedness. The world and its borders are always changing. By staying informed and ready, you can continue your journey, whether visiting or returning home. Thank you for watching. Safe travels.